Welcome to Stepping Stones, dear friends.
Well, I think perhaps the best place to start this narrative would be on a summer night in 1934 at Towns Hospital. A bleak afternoon in that month of November, the telephone suddenly rang. I went, and I heard the voice of an old school friend, the one now so well and affectionately known to AA as Ebby. One morning, after Lois had left for the department store, where she was working to support me, I resolved to go back to see Dr. Silkworth at Towns Hospital. A friend of his, a prominent American businessman, having exhausted all of the cures of note in the United States, had 2 or 3 years earlier taken himself to Europe, where he was put under the care of Dr. Carl Jung. The piece of news came in the form of a book brought to me by my friend Ebby on his next visit. This book was written by William James and was called Varieties of Religious Experience. Then, bringing about the deflation, he would create a dependence of the newcomer upon his sponsor, upon a group if there were any, and finally upon God. No more of this preaching I had been doing in New York. So here I was, standing in front of the church directory, wondering what next. It suddenly occurred to me that perhaps one of the preachers on the list there could refer me to a drunk that I might work on. I shall never forget the next day. It was a Sunday. Henrietta had me out there for an early dinner. And at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the doorbell rang, and there stood Dr. Bob and Ann. Dr. Bob said, "But Bill, shouldn't we be working on other alcoholics? I know I'd like to do this, and we'd better take out some protection for ourselves." Bill's story can be found, if you want to read it in detail, in the book Alcoholics Anonymous.